Hello, in this short video I would like to show you how I did some nice color variation on a fluid mesh. So I will start with the OBJ context, and if you never been using Houdini before, then you can hit tab in this context and type alembic, and then you can select the alembic node and you can load your mesh in the scene. Then I use a transform node to position the mesh into the scene. Then I use a convert node to convert the mesh into a polygon mesh, and then I have access to all the attributes which were embedded in the ABC mesh. So you see we have maximum rest, minimum rest, and rest on the vertex context, and then we have normals and point position in the point context. Then I promoted all these three attributes from vertex to point class, and then I use these three networks to generate those three color variations. So first one, you see here, it's a noise-based color variation. Then in the second one, it's also noise-based variation, but I also added some multipliers into these three channels. I will quickly show you how I did it. And then in the third variant, it's I was using a ramp to get this nice gradient. After I generate this color attribute, you see here right now we have a color attribute CD. We can then export our mesh in an ABC format or an RS proxy. So in this case I was deleting everything besides CD and normal, and in order to export as an ABC, so I will you hit tab and drop alembic output, and then you can export the mesh. And you see here we export the mesh with the color embedded, so we can use it then in other render engines which can access this CD attribute. To export it as a Redshift proxy, we first need to assign a material. So in this case I am assigning a custom material, and with the Redshift user data, so this will be embedded, the material will be embedded in the RS proxy. So right now if I use the ABC file with the exported color based on what color I wanted, I can go to the render context, and I'm using Redshift. I load the ABC file with the material applied to it, like here, and then if I hit render, you can see that right now we are able to use that color which was generated inside Houdini. But if we want to generate a different color, then we can that color will be embedded into the new ABC file. Okay, and then if we want to use the Redshift proxy, we just select the Redshift proxy, and yeah, we can render it. And in this case you don't need to assign a material because the material is embedded. So you see here I was using, I think, the second variant, and yeah, this is how you can assign the colors, how you can bake colors in Houdini and use them in other 3D application which supports ABC. Most of them I think supports ABC and as Redshift proxy. And you do it like this. You assign this color user data to drive the color variation. And I will quickly show you what I did in these three nodes. So first, in this node, I was using I was accessing the rest attributes. Remember that we have this rest attribute on a point level because we promote it from the vertex to point level, and then I use this rest to drive a noise. You can play with the values here and then plug it into a CD attribute. So this is the first variant, and you see here if we select the first variant and we play with the noise, let's say if we select a different one, automatically you'll get different variation. And also you can play with the frequency, and yeah, right now it's too big, but you get the idea. So you get a different variation only with just this simple method. Then in the second one, I'm using beside the rest attribute also the minimum rest and maximum rest. I fit range them like this, and then I access each channel because here we have a vector, three floats, and I need to multiply each channel with a constant, then plug it back to a 3 float to a vector and export it as a CD attribute. And you see here, if I select this one, I get this variation, and then if I play with the constant with the multiplier, I can get more accent on specific channel. So yeah, this is how you would do it with this approach. So you see you get also nice variations. And in the third variant, I did also, I've been using all the attributes, fit range them like this, like in the previous example, same noise, but in this case I plug the noise output into a ramp and export it as a CD attribute. So yeah, and in this case you can play with this ramp and generate some nice color variation. So basically this is how you would do it in Houdini. You can bake some colors and use them in other application through an ABC file, through an Redshift proxy, and this is up to your choice. Remember, you just need to have on the mesh this rest attribute generated from Houdini, because this is used to drive those color variations in these 3 nodes. So yeah, I hope that you get the idea. Please let me know if something can be improved. For sure, there are several approaches, which is you can take several paths to do this coloring. There are of course better way to do it, but this is how I did it. It worked for my case. So please free to comment, correct, or highlight some points in the comment down below. Okay, thank you and see you next time.